Hey, I'm going to do a quick little video on the Bigsby. This is an old Bigsby tremelo off of 75 model Gretsch, but as you can see, it's really seen it's better. You know, it's not a whole lot to it as far as it pretty gummed up. So we're going to tear it down, go through it, kind of give it a little tune up. All you need is an Allen wrench, a set of snap ring pliers, and dielectric grease. This is probably the most important part. When we go back together with it, we're going to use this to make sure that that ground goes through the strings and to the ground wire that is underneath it. The pins aren't just pins, they come out. They just come right out with an Allen wrench, kind of like a little screw. I like to put everything on a piece of white paper. It just helps keep me from losing things. Once you get the pins out, you get the snap ring off the side, just slide them apart. There are bearings in here. They're pressed in. You're not going to get these out. I mean, you could get them out, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm just going to clean it as best I can. Clean this part as best I can. The arm and the rod. Then you flip it over, and there is an Allen wrench, Allen screw right here, a little set screw. Loosen it up, and then you can push this rod out. Wow, it's in there too. But it'll come right out. There, right there. Now all we want to do is clean up all the grease, and then we'll put it back together. Okay, we got everything apart. I've got an old can of lacquer thinner. Whenever I clean a spray gun or whatnot, I'll put whatever's left over in here within reason. I mean, if I know it's mostly paint, I don't, but that's gonna clean this stuff up quick and easy. And let's pull that other one out also. I wasn't going to, but we're going this far, why not, right? It is just another set screw on the handle there, not a big deal. Loosen it up. Comes right apart. This one has a keyway in it, and I'll get a good picture for you when we go back together after I get it cleaned up. I'm going to clean these up with, get the grease off with just a cloth dampened with some lacquer thinner. Then I'm going to use Mother's Carnauba Cleaner Wax. We'll try not to get it in the holes real bad, but that should shine up all this stuff really good. And I'll come back whenever it's time to do the assembly. Okay, got everything cleaned up. I'm not going to lie, I did pull out the felt wheel on the Dremel. Mostly for the high areas. It'd been pitted up, and man, this came out really, really, really nice. This is aluminum, or aluminum alloy. The base is also like an aluminum alloy, so you can get a hot polish. You can make them look chrome, as you can see. Assembly is the same way, just reverse of disassembly. I am going to use dielectric grease. I'm going to put it here on these roller bearings. You want to use dielectric grease because it's an electric guitar and you got to have contact the strings to the ground, and you really can't go overboard on that. I put a little in, and I'm going to take a punch, and I'm just going to do my best to work it into these needle bearings the best I can. I really want to put a lot in there. I want them covered in it. If you don't do that, they're going to end up getting a lot worn out again, and then you will have to get a new one. I don't think you could get bearings for these. If you do, then you're going to be doing a lot of measuring and sourcing them yourself. It's not going to be worth it. Get plenty of grease on these. There we go. Plenty of grease. There's also needle bearings inside. I guess they call it a string bar. I don't know what it's called. The string's right on it, so you want to get it in there also. Let those strings be able to roll this thing easy when you're using an old tremelo. There's not a whole lot to this, but for some reason people tend to replace it more than go through it, or they want to go through it and it looks kind of intimidating, and they don't. Okay, plenty of grease. I'll end up getting that everywhere if I don't wipe it off. Now, going to wipe off the excess, even though there's going to be more excess. It's actually easy to wipe off right now. We're just going to slide it on through. And there we go. That stuff gets everywhere, but it'll be fine. Just clean him up a little bit. And then we want to put our circlip back on, retaining clip, retaining ring. Make sure it goes into the groove. And you can see, remember before it wouldn't even, you almost had to push it down. It was so coagulated with that old grease. Now it's a nice smooth action. Nothing but strings now. I'm gonna go ahead. Well, let's go ahead and put this on too. Might as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this together. and then I'll show you the finished product, and we will move on. And there you go. Yeah, a little bit of time, a little wax, a little lacquer thinner, a little love, and what you end up with is, well, pretty much, I mean, it's not new, but it looks good. It's going to match the guitar. It's not going to look like you're trying to dress it up. And there you go, sir. Next video, we're going to be looking at the electrical aspects of the Gretsch. Getting ready to put it back together, getting ready to see what it's got.